So, you've had a really good date with a cute girl, and the chemistry between the two of you has been off the charts because you've watched tons of my videos, and you've successfully got her back to your place. But now what? How will you make your move and get physical with her? This can be a very complicated problem because many women are often hesitant and nervous at this point. I've been one of them, so I get it. And so that's why I want to show you the best way to physically escalate with a woman and get her ready to do the deed. This method will help you overcome any last-minute hesitation on her part and ensure that she's fully comfortable with taking things to the next level with you. So pay attention and watch this video till the very end. I'm Marni, and from here on out, I'm gonna be your very own personal wing girl. And every week, I will give you the insider info about what women really want versus what they say they want, plus the most effective methods to win over any girl. So just hit that subscribe button now so you never miss a video. All right, before diving in and telling you exactly how to physically escalate with a woman so you can do the deed, I wanna be sure that your penis is good and ready for when that comes, which is why I need to tell you about Joy Mode. Joy Mode makes natural and science-backed sexual wellness products for men. Joy Mode was created because the products on the market, like prescriptions and over-the-counter gas station pills, are terrible and can hurt you in the long run. I would much rather you take a supplement designed to spice things up naturally rather than a prescription drug that can have harmful effects down the road. Whether you are unhappy or you're happy with your performance in the bedroom, why not perform even better? Joy Mode's Sexual Performance Booster is like a pre-workout, but for sex. You take it anywhere from 45 minutes to 5 hours before you have sex, and you can expect to get one of your best erections ever. If you want to spice things up in the bedroom and boost your sexual performance, and you want to do it naturally without prescription drugs, then give Joy Mode a try. So just go to usejoymode.com/Marni or enter Marni at checkout for 20% off your first order. That's usejoymode.com/Marni for 20% off your first order. Okay? So thank you, Joy Mode, for sponsoring today's video. All right, first of all, if you're wondering why a woman might come back to your place or any other isolated venue, but still be hesitant, the answer is simple. Even though she's definitely attracted to you at this point, she's still not sure if it's the right time. Part of her might want to go through with it, but another part of her might want to take it slow. Many guys disappear after sex, and women can be nervous about that and how you view her if she has sex right away. Secondly, sex isn't just a physical act for most of us women, it's an extremely big emotional investment as well. So when it's the first time, we always have a fear about making that investment, and all this leads to hesitation and nervousness. Now, as a man, this doesn't mean you should wait around, hoping someday she'll be ready to make a move on you. You will actually lose her interest if you do that, if you wait for too long. So instead, you can be proactive, take the lead, and make her sexually comfortable with you. How? Well, there are 3 things you need to do in order to dissolve her hesitation and get her ready for sex. And those 3 things are as follows. Number 1, you want to get her all good and relaxed. Before a woman is turned on, she needs to feel relaxed and at ease. Her mind has to be worry-free and her body has to be tension-free. So to soothe her mind, you need to create a judgment-free environment. So back in my youth, when I was a spirited backpacker in Australia, I had my first ever one-night stand. And before that night, I was quite the prude and was labeled as the kissing bandit by many of my friends because that's all that I ever did. Reason being, I had a lot of guy friends and I heard how they talked about girls who they made out with or had sex with, and I wanted no part of that. I didn't want to be on the receiving end of that. So I kissed a ton of guys and made guys wait a very long time to do anything more. That was until I met a cute English boy who walked me back to my hostel to make out with me. 5 minutes in, he went up my shirt and reached around back to take off my bra, and I immediately tensed up and moved my body for him to stop. Now, most guys in my past would either just ignore that and ignore what I just did and try again, which would result in me making an excuse and ending things, or they'd get really uncomfortable, make out for a few more minutes, and then leave and then not talk to me again. But this guy did something really amazing. He felt me tense up and he immediately stopped himself. He looked at me and said, if I'm doing anything that makes you uncomfortable, I want you to tell me. Then he said, actually, you can slap my hand away like this. And he actually took my hand and literally slapped his own hand. That sentence made me instantly relax, and we went back to kissing and much more, hence my first one night stand. Again, that was my first one night stand. Getting a woman to relax about you and sex and your need for sex is key. Okay, number 2, turn her on. If she's gonna have sex with you, she needs to feel aroused. You want her to get so hot and so eager to wrap her legs around you and just like be excited to be with you. And that will only happen if you take the time to turn her on properly. So you need to be patient with this. Most guys can look at an attractive woman and like be ready to have sex, because for a lot of men, that is how it works, right? It's much more instantaneous, kind of like turning on a light switch. But turning a woman on is more like boiling water. We need time to warm up and reach that point of no return. It's a process, not an event. So you want to tease and touch and caress her body, focus on her pleasure. Too many guys immediately go for getting themselves off, and that leads to a disappointing sexual experience for a woman. She's not a part of it. Instead, if you help get a woman fully turned on, you will have a much easier time moving things forward and you'll end up having a great time. So in practical terms, that means start with less intimate touching and work your way up. So here's a general idea of how things can escalate sexually. So you can start off with stuff like, playing with her fingers, or running your fingers on her arms or on her legs, or massaging her back. These are all great things. And kissing her neck, kissing her cheek, nibbling or licking her ear. Also kissing her collarbone, kissing her lips really softly. These are all great things. Then you might move on to more intimate things like kissing her lips more passionately and with tongue, and then running your hands through her hair, like maybe a little bit more aggressively, running your hands on her body, her outer thighs, her inner thighs, her waist, her ass, her breasts. You can kiss her stomach, her breasts, and her panty line. These are all wonderful things. Lift up her shirt to expose her skin, or just take it off completely. And after that, you can go on to even more intimate things like unbuttoning her pants slowly with your fingers or even your teeth, rubbing her vagina through the outside of her panties, sensually removing her panties while looking her in the eyes. Again, all great things. You can tease the bare skin around her vaginal lips, rubbing her clit. See how it's all like going and it's escalating, but it's starting slow, so you could perform oral sex on her. And finally, after all this, when she's extremely turned on, then you can proceed to penetrative sex. Now, don't be afraid to mix it all up a little, but take a few steps forward, go back to less intimate touching, and then continue escalating. Also, you don't have to do everything that I just mentioned. These are just some ideas to consider to ensure a smooth escalation from foreplay to sex. So everyone is different, but most women want at least, I would say 10 to 15 minutes before having any penetrative action, like even longer. Now, while you escalate with her physically, there's one crucial thing that you need to do, and that's point number 3, which is make her feel safe. We definitely touched on this in point number 1, but again, sex is actually a scarier act for women than for men. Think about it. She is being completely vulnerable and allowing you to have her entire body. There's always a fear that she's alone with someone who could potentially overpower her and go further than she desires. You want to relieve her of that fear with your words and with your actions. So as you're touching her body, say something that confirms you'll respect her boundaries. Say something like, tell me if you want me to slow down or stop at any point. Let me know if you feel uncomfortable about anything. Don't dwell on it. Just say it once with conviction. And whatever you do, never go against your word. Don't get caught up in the moment and ignore a girl's signals. If she says stop or no or moves you off her at any time, ease off calmly. Never jerk away suddenly, look hurt, or pout. Keep calm, smile, and stay turned on. Doesn't mean she doesn't like you, it just means she's not comfortable yet. This reinforces the judgment-free environment, and never keep going. Try to convince her otherwise or brush her off by saying, it's okay, just relax. You will trigger her fear response, and she won't feel safe with you anymore. So if she's rebuffing your advances, go back to what you were doing previously. You can even take a few minutes to softly talk to her and get her to relax again. So for example, if you took her shirt off, but she didn't want you to take off her pants just yet, return to kissing and massaging her body. Continue pleasing her and trying to move forward again after a couple of minutes. She may just need a little more time before she's ready to go there. Or maybe that's all that she wants. When you return to what she was hesitant about, ask her if it's okay or gently try again. Look her in the eye and say, can I take these off? Or are you comfortable with this? Also, do not be afraid to ask a girl for what she wants either, okay? What would make you feel amazing right now? Trust me, women would absolutely love to hear those words from a guy. So if she rebuffs any of your moves more than once, do not push it. That's usually a strong indication she's not comfortable with it yet. Doesn't mean she won't be, just yet. Continue doing what she is comfortable with. And if she changes her mind later, she will let you know. Sex always has to be consensual. Even if you don't get to do a few things that same night, respecting her boundaries and making her feel safe will make her want to come back again and again. Do not be that guy who's overly desperate to get laid. You can get sex, okay? Be that guy that provides a positive and supportive experience. That will get her to trust you completely, and she'll keep coming back for more. And that brings us to the end of our video. However, if you'd like to discover more time-tested tactics that lead to more sex and less problems in your romantic relationships, click the link in the description below and check out my program, Beyond Attraction. It's a one-of-a-kind program that gives you practical tools and communication hacks that gets women addicted to you physically and emotionally. In simple words, it shows you how to make a woman completely devote herself to you. Once you know these secrets revealed in this program, you will stop missing out on second dates, have more sex than ever before, and never lose a woman's interest in a relationship. This is an advanced program only for guys who are serious about having lasting relationships with women and a wildly passionate sex life that only a few men ever get to experience. So if that's you, click the link in the description box below and check out my program, Beyond Attraction. I am sure you will love it. But either way, thanks so much for watching this video till the very end. I hope you found it useful. And as always, I will see you again next week.